Good afternoon, May the 10th, 2016. Time to recap our trading in the E-mini. We saw it as a trading range today. We were hoping to buy 57s or better. It took 62s to get in, so much stronger in the market. It has been a slow grind up. Our sell points 64 to 69. Pause the market. There was a scratch there. Only time we've been below the blue line was up here, and it wasn't much of a correction. Market is still trading higher right here. 50 lot trader was long off the get-go and maintained that length the whole day. So pretty strong market. No news to drive the trading, just no one's willing to sell it. No one's willing to step in front of the Fed. I'm telling you, the Fed wants the market higher, and the large institutions play it that way. And I mean, the trade since March of 2009 for the most part has just been buy it and disappear. So we're going to have a pretty strong profile that'll point to higher prices. Outside day trading range, so closing above the 77 level is important. Taking out this resistance right there on that H period high, 75. So it's close above 75. We'll set the way up to the 2087, 2090, the high volume area. Looking at the F2 screen. I mean, it's just a strong P. That's all there is to it. Been that way all day long. So if the market were to close right now, selling failure to take out and hold 77.80. And I think we probably are going to get there. Would be trade 1, and then trade 2 leaning against this 87 number up here would be sell 85s, 90s. On the buy side, the breakout from the overnight came at 70. Last rotate down was 72, so maybe stops below J. 70, 72 buy 1. And then 65, 67 buy 2. Okay, we took a couple of trades, and again, these trades were prefaced. They're low probability trades. They're counter trend trades. And we had one, after we entered that order, when the market moved away from us, on one trade we were able to scratch it with some patience to try to let the trade develop. The other two trades we had one shot and one shot only. That the second after that trade was put on to scratch that trade. And that's the feedback that you can get from the market that can really, really help your trading. And why bother to take that trade? It just shows you how to read the tape, how to recognize early on that you may not have a trade. And we try to teach you how to read the tape when trades are going with you and when trades are going against you. The trades that go against you are the ones that you learn the most from, unfortunately. But I mean, that's just the way it is with trading. Okay, looking at the 10-year strong auction today, really well received. Based with what's going on around the globe and the rest of it, you would anticipate that this auction series this week will get off pretty good. Inside day, maybe a little bit, maybe a tick or two above yesterday's high, but holding our own, put it all together. Dealing with the P maybe, put this all together. Definitely dealing with the P. So this market's going to try to trade higher, and that's how they move the paper. Everybody's happy when we close this market higher than where the auction took place. Okay, it's slightly leaning P inside the congestion zone. You can see that we've got more volume here than we do here. About a square distribution as you can get, so it's leaning P. So the trade's going to be sell failure to take out the buck. And then 3 to 7. We usually expect the high after a successful auction to come in London, not in not during the day session. Okay, play for stops. The week auction is the intermediate term, which is what we have tomorrow. So 17 to 21 will be buy 1. 9 to 13 will be buy 2. If the E-mini does happen to sell today, we'll have to pay up to get into a position. Okay, the 30-year does not look like a P. It's inside the congestion area. It's definitely a B. And we have volume below time. The knob spread was sold today. Nobody really got too excited about getting long. So rejection of 28. First resistance is going to be this 28 to the buck area. 1. So 3 to 7, sell 1. I don't think we can trade it higher because they have to move the market back and forth to move the paper. Support 12 to 16, 5 to 9 buy 1, 29 to 01 buy 2. Henry's doing his number over here. He's having a dream. Little yips and occasional little growl over here. Must be chasing something. Okay, looking at gold. Lower high, lower low, we can sell, but again, I don't think the mood of this market is to sell. They got stops above 1300, and we've been in a correction ever since. The issue, I mean, if we can't bust this 1235 area, we haven't busted 1250, this little breakout yet. We've gotten about halfway into it with today's lows, and again, just reference these on these single prints. Getting about 50% inside of them on go with markets is what you would expect. F2 screen. Treasury auction took off right here in I period. Risk off investments, buy gold. So we're just got this spill from 73. We've got this high right here at 74. So 73, 75, sell 1. 78, 80, sell 2. On the buy side, 63, 65 buy 1, might take a 67 to get in, and then 61 to 59 buy 2. Okay, crude oil, strong market, and you know, it seems the worse the news, it's kind of like the E-mini, the more likely it is to trade higher. Kuwait announces new production capacity. Saudi Arabia, we're going to regain market share in the Far East, become the dominant, secure, regular supplier of crude oil and crude rallies. Very, very strong rally. We had a $3 rally the other day. We're over 50% into that rally. So I'm guessing that the central banks that take a hell of a lot less money to support the stock market via crude than it does by buying QE4 or buying stocks like the Bank of Japan, the Bank of Switzerland have done. 45 is resistance. So 45 plus or minus sell 1, 45.50 plus or minus sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate down stopped at 35, so the buck to 25 buy 1, and 43.50, 43.75 buy 2. Again, as perverse as it seems is that if the news is all bad, everybody wants to get short. How and why does it rally? Just a sec. Apologize for that break. I had to take that phone call. So crude oil, I mean, as perverse as it seems, bad news rallies the market, good news breaks the market. It's the way that it works, just like it does in the E-mini. More so on this one. And last but not least, the euro. One of the ideas, why does bad news rally a market, and why does good news break a market? And it's not always true. I mean, you can't rest your hat on that either. And you have to think about the dynamic or the mechanism of how markets are made. 1375 right here on the low side, inside the previous high. So the euro is set up on the F1 screen to sell. We'll talk about that in just a sec. On the F2, put it all together, definitely a B, but volume's above time. So stops below 1370, buy one 1350, buy two. There's pretty good support at 113 even, so I do think we're headed for 13 even before this bout is over. On the sell side, 114 even, sell one. 14 and a quarter, sell two. Okay, why does bad news rally a market? Why does good news break a market? And when you think about the market making cycle and who's dynamics and who does it, everybody and their mother wants to be long or short. And so they enter the market on this side. Well, the market maker provides that liquidity, albeit at a lower price. So we have that first round of selling or buying takes place. Then the market's got to go the other way, especially if the market makers have gapped it lower or gapped it higher. The other side of the market's gone for that moment in time. And if the market does not bring in new selling or new buying, then it can continue to go the other way. And these guys that make markets see those orders. They're sitting right there. They can see them coming in. They can see whether there's an order imbalance or not. So bad news or good news will bring in one wave of buying or selling, and then it's down to the follow through. And we had this news like in crude oil on Kuwait and the rest of it. And we've had the bad news on Saudi Arabia over the weekend. Market hasn't broken. Well, everybody is short that wanted to be short. We aren't bringing new shorts in the market. It can only go to the upside. That's it for May the 10th, 2016. I hope you all have a great evening. I plan on it. I'll see y'all bright and early in the morning. I'm out of here.